I started watching it very early on as a kid. My dad would always have it on, watching Fernando. I remember the '88 World Series, and it's a game that I loved and played as a kid as well. My name's Eduardo Gomez. I'm a Los Angeles-based artist, and I'm a Dodger fan. I was really excited this season to go see the renovations and the All-Star game. Opening day is great for fans. It's amazing because it's like the beginning of a new season. It's a fresh start. Everyone's optimistic, excited, with any new players. It's an exciting day for any baseball fan.
Today it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
California becomes the second state in the U.S. to reach 400,000 cases.
We didn't know what was happening or what was going to happen. This is something that haven't experienced in our generation or any of the last 3 generations, I would say. Everyone's trying to figure things out. We all are, as a community, as a country, as a world.
Some major news involving Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball has pushed back opening day until mid-May.
Sports is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and for it to be shut down had to be something, scary, and it has been for everyone. Yeah, sports always seemed to not go away. They haven't gone away. We've never experienced this. Everything stopped. I decided on opening day, instead of watching the game, that I was just gonna make a drawing. And I decided, what if I do one every day till the season starts? I wanted to challenge myself as an artist, and I wanted to keep myself excited as a fan. So I decided to, let's just, no excuses here. We're gonna just roll up our sleeves and just go for it. Take it serious and accept the challenge. Make it one Dodger every day until the season starts. The title I came up with was very simple, a Dodger a day. So like from here, I'm just looking at, okay, it starts from right here, this part of the glove, and then it comes down, and then this is the shirt, this is dark. If it's off or too big, then I'll just fine tune it. I'll fix it, and sometimes I'll leave some of the lines underneath just to see kind of the thought process behind it. The first month of the pandemic, I took off of work. I was hoping that, this will blow over, maybe in a month or 2. I never expected it would be 4 months. I work 9 to 5:30, get home, eat, and then just have the rest of the day to make a drawing. I gotta be up at 7 o'clock. It's already gonna be 1. But this is what I've been doing for the past 3 months. I decide on the player just based off of memory. Some players that were fan favorites or some of my favorite players. Some of them are players that are known for one thing. I mean, it's not just players. I have managers, some broadcasters, of course. Some of them I did just portraits, but the majority now, I felt like I wanted to make them baseball cards just because as a baseball fan growing up, I always loved the kind of art, the graphic design behind these cards. And some of them I'm kind of creating my own, taking a picture from here and putting it on this year baseball card. I had to use some artistic license with the Mookie Betts because we have yet to see him play in person in a Dodger uniform. Yeah, I really wanted to kind of capture his spirit, so I picked a very iconic image of him, but just kind of changed the uniform. See, my whole thing is when I draw like this, it's I don't want to go back. Whatever I mark, that's it. So it takes a lot more focus to try to get everything right on just whatever stroke I'm using, I felt it was important to do Jackie first. He broke a lot of barriers, and I felt he was instrumental to the series, and I wanted to put him first. Besides the Vin Scully and the Kirk Gibson, the first 42 are players of color, and this covers Dominican players, black players, Asian players. I'm a first-generation Mexican-American, but I felt it was kind of an homage. It was also, in a sense, me taking a knee, where I wanted to kind of bring up that discussion, kind of because it's inspired by Kaepernick and him taking a knee. And then George Floyd happened.
Black Lives Matter! George Floyd!
The Black Lives Matter movement happened, bringing a lot more attention to it, which I feel was very important. It kind of came full circle with the first 42, and sure enough, it just we're still talking about it. It's still happening. I think it's kind of given the work a lot more content and depth. And the Al Downing is a personal favorite because of the significance of that one, which I drew dedicated to George Floyd, but also because I just captured him really well, using very little. Just expression, the pose, the color is just one of my favorite ones. I've been learning a lot about these players, researching them and picking images, and I saw that Glenn Burke was the first openly gay player. I decided to do his portrait, which so happened to be the last day of Pride Month. I think that's a discussion that needs to happen in baseball and all sports, just kind of becoming aware of this and not letting it discriminate people or players, or, you know, we're all people at the end, and we all deserve to do what we love. See, this shit's crazy drawing with my left hand because my mind tells my hand where to go, kind of like, it's just like an interpretation of what I'm looking at. Like, I'm not necessarily trying to make it look realistic, just make it look like what you know what it is. Like, you know those are wrinkles, or once I come in with the paint, they're gonna be a little more emphasized. I think the erasing is part of the piece too, because it shows that battle between my right and my left. So all of these works are ambidextrous drawings, which means that I'm utilizing both hands. Ambidexterity is something that I've experimented with a lot in the past with my drawing. So these works I draw with my left hand and paint with my right-handed, but I'm a natural right-hander. In a sense, I'm a switch drawer. I'm just looking out for little adjustments I can make just before I start painting, because once I start painting, I can't really go back and draw. I'm trying to add some little like fine-tune to little parts. That's it. Ready to paint? I'm gonna work another area just so it dries, because you don't want to go back and put another color because it's just gonna bleed everywhere. The painting is all watercolor. I've utilized some ink and markers and colored pencil as well, just to kind of get different textures in these in the works. I feel a little tired for sure, but gotta keep going till I'm done. I'm getting close. I think I just need to push a couple little areas more. See, I gotta kind of make it transparent so you can still see underneath, you know? Bam, Will Smith. It's 3:09 in the morning. Well, I still have to shoot it and post it and go to work and then come back and do it all over again. It's a challenge to balance everything, but I just have to make the time. There's no excuse. You know, if there's a will, there's a way. It's just a matter of sucking it up and getting the job done. I'm ready to be done. Take a day off. I don't really have a lot of glare, so that's good. I knew that the last 9, with the DH now, the last 10 were gonna be the opening day lineup. The last person I'm gonna draw is Kershaw. I mean, he is the man. He's one of our greatest Dodgers of all time. So you gotta do the best for last. This is it, man. This is the end of it. We'll do like Kershaw. Like, it's over. I started it because there was no baseball, and then tomorrow there's gonna be baseball. So that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to just sit back and be a fan and just enjoy the game. Anytime anyone does a lot of something, you're gonna get good at it. Like, I learn every day. I'm so, like, if you look at the progression of the Jackie Robinson, the first one that I did, to the last ones that I've done, like, of just me getting better with my left hand, you see the progression. And that is like something that, was inevitable.
Is it true to you that, like, you have more drawings than there are going to be games?
I never thought about that. That's kind of interesting to think that there's more drawings than games. This is gonna come to an end. I'm gonna be able to take a week off, relax, after 119 days, drawing every day, creating every day. And we don't know if we're ever gonna experience this again. So my plan for this series is to exhibit them, have a show, sell them off to Dodger fans, collectors, to whoever enjoys them. I definitely wanna publish it and put it out, so they'll always be together in a collection.
So what's more exciting, starting baseball or finishing a Dodger game?
That's a good question. Starting baseball, because I'm such a fan. But this is finishing this series, maybe for this year, might top it. I knew that during this quarantine that I was productive as an artist. I think that is almost the most important thing that I'm gonna take from this series is the challenge and me knowing that I kicked its ass. And that metaphor for COVID. Fernando Valenzuela Cumbia right here.